Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. Southside Braves here. And today for you, I got my PWD draft recap / team introduction video. This is my second season in PWD. It is the third season of the league as a whole. Last season I did make it to the playoffs, and I lost in the first round, unfortunately, to the Fargo Phalanx and their Surfetch that decided to crit every single turn. So that was an unfortunate end to last season, but we are back. We're excited for this season. Looking to make it back to playoffs and hopefully go a little bit further. This season is going to be really fun. It started off with a ton of trash talk. I'm not a big trash talker when it comes to Pokemon. I was a little bit more when I played sports, but haven't done it much in Pokemon. But you got to adapt to the league a little bit, so we're gonna show some confidence and some arrogance, and maybe talk a little bit. So all that being said, I want to show some of the things that have been said about my team so far in this draft I had. First off, we're going to take a look at the power rankings. These are the preseason power rankings. I'm down here at 13th out of 14 teams at 3-6. What was said is MVP runner-up Dragapult returns to the Nashville Nidokings on a new contract. But will it lead again with new sweepers in the league? I had Dragapult last season, finished second in MVP voting behind Gyarados, and I got it back this year. And I feel more comfortable with Dragapult than I do any Pokemon, so I decided to bring it back. And I think I can do just as well with it. Probably bring it to more matches than I did last season because it did great every time I brought it. I just didn't bring it every single week. So I foresee myself bringing it a lot more this season and having it be just as dominant. And I'm going to make sure that happens. This coach drafted a Veil/Hail support core and a Alolan Ninetales / Sandslash and has minor supporters in his low tiers, but this team on paper seems a little bit lackluster. So I do have the Hail support with Ninetales and Sandslash. I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get to the actual team, but I think I can put in some work with those two. But again, I'll save that for a little bit later. And finally, they said there's some support from Tailwind Braviary to help out this mid-speed tier Pokemon, but this team could become one-sided on how they stay in the battles. So, lackluster, one-sided, not real impressed with my team, according to the power rankings. Again, placed at 13th at 3-6 predicted record. Now, again, this is all in good fun. I've made power rankings. I know it's extremely difficult. I've put people at last that ended up winning the league. So, I mean, no hard feelings to the power rankings. But I do want to kind of show it and make sure it's here on video for when I turn this around and end up winning this league in a few months. So, here's what they said preseason. And then when we talked about it, I just want to show, this was said on Discord from Shiny Chagrin, the commissioner of the league that made the power rankings. Bro, it was tough to get behind a team led by Gmax Flapple. Because I do have Gmax Flapple as my Gmax, because again, this is a Gmax and Dynamax league. And again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about why I have Gmax Flapple when I get to my team breakdown. But yeah, those are some of the negative things that have been said. I actually want to show one more. They did a video for week 1 predictions. And let's take a look and see what was said about my team on that video.
To be honest, I really, and I don't mean, obviously it isn't that person, I really don't like the Nashville Nidokings as a team. I don't like their team too much. Like, they got the Ice Core, which is probably, out of all the weather types, Ice is probably the weakest. I mean, both of their aces happen because Gmax Flapple is a Gmax, so I could probably be considered one of his aces. Both of them are both dragon types, so they're weak to the same things. Then his sand course is very weak to the same. I don't know. I just think I'm not feeling this team too much.
I'm taking the bird.
All right, so that's what they had to say about my team in their predictions video. Again, not liking the roster. Don't think my team's all that strong. So, again, that's what it is. We're just going to have to prove it wrong. And so, all that being said, let's take a look at the full team that I did draft. We're going to start here. I am the Nashville Nidokings, my logo, if you haven't seen it. So, first pick, we did bring back the MVP runner-up. We brought back Dragapult. Again, it is the mon I am the most comfortable with of any of the new mons. And honestly, a lot of old returning mons, too. Like, Dragapult is just my comfort zone. So I went and got Dragapult, something I feel strong about that can dominate, and people know how strong Dragapult can be. In some other leagues, actually, like in the IPL Open, Dragapult was actually banned, which I don't think it's that strong, but I can put in a ton of work with Dragapult. And so, yeah, that's why I went and got Dragapult number 1. Not much more to say there. Number 2, it's been mentioned a little bit. I went and got my A tier pick. I got my Alolan Ninetales. And again, these picks could have gone in any order. I was in the bottom half, so I didn't go get my Gmax right away. So I just decided to save it. At this point, I think 9 of the 14 teams already gotten theirs or something like that. So I figured I'll just save it for last. I mean, most of them have already been taken. I'll just wait till later. So I went and got my A tier. I got Alolan Ninetales. I think in draft leagues, screens are so massive. Like, I don't think they're played enough, to be honest. Every time I've ran screens, I pick up wins. When I go up against screens, I lose. Like, it's... And I usually... Obviously, Aurora Veil is nice because it gives you both screens. When I've ran Aurora Veil in the past, I've always done it with Vanillux. Alolan Ninetales is a better Pokemon than Vanillux, just honestly. So I went and got it. I think it complements Dragapult pretty well with that Fairy Ice typing. And so I thought it paired very well, gave me that screen setter. So that's why I went and got Alolan Ninetales. At this point, I had not made the decision pre-draft to go get an Ice team. But once I had Ninetales, and Sandslash is in one of the lower tiers, I'm like, I think I can put in work with Sandslash. I know last year it didn't work all that well, that combo. It didn't really dominate as much as it maybe could have. I think I can make it work, so I decided to go get it, and I picked up Alolan Sandslash to pair with the Ninetales, give myself a little bit of a Hail Core there. So, yeah, I mean, not much more to say there. I just paired up the Sandslash with the Ninetales, get that Ice boost in the Hail, and we're going to try to put in work with those. And it gave me kind of a Dragon Fairy Steel Core already, quickly. Sandslash not being the most bulky of Steel types, so I'm probably going to look to get another Steel type later in the draft, hint hint. But gave me a little bit of a Dragon Fairy Steel Core with that Hail I can go ahead and utilize. Next up, I wanted to cover some more immunities. An Electric immunity could be nice, and there was a good one there. And to be honest, if anyone paid attention to the draft, Bishme was taking up all the water types. He is a mono water type trainer this season, I guess. So I wanted to go get a good water type as well. So based on that, you probably know who I took. Ground type, strong water. We went ahead and grabbed Swampert. So Swampert in my B tier selection. Yeah, just a good mon. Like I said, gave me that ground typing. Gave me a water type before they were all completely gone. I know Bishme already jokingly wants to trade for Swampert after the draft. But again, I need Swampert. So yeah. Now looking at my team, seeing what else I could cover here. I got the ground, so now I kind of want the flying to resist or immunity for the earthquakes and such. And also a ghost immunity for Dragapult would be nice as well. So there's one Pokemon that kind of fits that category. A normal flying type can resist both or immune to both. So I went and got Braviary. I've never actually used Braviary in a draft league. I've seen it used, and every time I've seen it, it's performed well. So it's my turn to go get the Braviary and try to put in some work with it. Like I said, it gave me 2 good immunities, so that's kind of why I got it. But yeah, at this point I was liking my team. I know most people aren't, but I was liking what I got. Again, I didn't have that Gmax yet. A lot of people were like, that's strange, but again, there's not really a point to draft one at this point. Everyone else had gotten theirs. Next up, I kind of wanted another ground type. I kind of like having 2 of them. I was going to go get Sandaconda in the C tier, but it was taking literally 1 pick before me, and I know other people that wanted Sandstorm teams were upset by that. So I went and got a different one. Another one I've never used, but I think it's kind of a cool mon. I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it. To be honest, it's one of my picks, probably in the entire draft, that I was the most skeptical about. But I went and got Galork. Again, I don't know a ton about him. I've never really used him. Again, this was probably my most skeptical pick. I didn't really know what to get there. So we'll see what I can do with him. Next up, I only had 1 C tier left. I want to jump down to D tier and get one that I thought could be a scary Pokemon before they were all gone. Because usually that D tier is pretty thin. So I went and got a Belly Drum Pokemon that can sweep if not handled correctly. So we went and got ourselves Lanoon. Again, D tier Pokemon doesn't appear all that scary, but if you don't deal with Lanoon, it can put in work. If you deal with it, it's not all that big and threatening and you're fine. But if you don't, Lanoon is scary. So I wanted a D tier mon that could threaten some teams. Next up, the D tier mon that I see most often in draft want to get picked. I went ahead and got next before it did, and apparently I did snipe some people with it. And that is Druddigon. Drudongon's always that lower tier mon that a lot of people like. I had it last season. It did all right. I don't know how much use it's going to get on my team from also having Dragapult as a dragon type and my Gmax, as you've already known from earlier in the video, Gmax Flapple. So I don't know how much I'm going to use Drudongon. It's somebody that if somebody wants them, I'll be open to trading him. To be honest, looking at my team, the two Pokemon that I'm willing to trade the most are probably Galork and Drudongon. So those are the trade block Pokemon if anyone's interested. But I do have Drudongon here in the D tier. Like I said, just kind of a value pick that I wanted to go get before somebody else did. Next up, looking at what I had, I kind of wanted to go grab a fire type. I didn't have a fire type yet. As you can see, I only have C and D left or Gmax. So looking at the C tier, I actually saw the first competitive Pokemon I ever created still available, so I decided to go get it. And that is Flareon. I haven't used Flareon, I think, since the very first time I started competitive Pokemon battling. I had a Toxic Orb, Guts, Flareon. Kind of straightforward what you do with Flareon, but it was fun to use. Gave me a fire type. I still believe that I can make Flareon work. So I foresee myself bringing Flareon at least a few times and picking up some kills with it. I'm going to be honest. I said before Dragapult is my most comfortable Pokemon. I'm very comfortable with Flareon too. I like Flareon a lot. I'm going to get some use out of it. Next up, we go to our last D tier pick. Picked another mon that I've seen one of my buddies use very successfully as a low tier mon. I think I can repeat his success. I'm going to try to do that. And I did say I wanted a second steel type because I don't think Sandslash is all that bulky of a steel type. So we did decide to go get a low value steel type. And we got Togedemaru. Like I said, Togedemaru can do some things for a bottom tier mon. Like last pick on the team other than my Gmax. Like Togedemaru is not terrible as that last pick. And I do foresee myself bringing it and utilizing some of its skills. Again, I don't want to jump too much into what I plan on doing with some of these mons. But yeah, like I said, I think Togedemaru has some uses on this team. And then lastly, we had the Gmax. And again, most of the really strong ones have been taken. But I also wanted a grass type. So we went ahead and we grabbed Gmax Flapple. We went ahead and got Gmax Flapple. I hate Hustle Pokemon. I hate those misses. They happen all the time. But in a Gmax/Dynamax league, you can utilize that Hustle so much more effectively. So I really think Flapple could get some use as a Gmax. Regular Flapple is going to be hit and miss, to be honest. He could put in a ton of work, or he could miss every single time and cause me to lose matches. But as a Gmax, I think I can get use out of Flapple. I think it can put in some work. Almost kind of like Lanoon, how I said if you don't worry about it, it could really dominate. If you deal with it, you're fine. But if you just say, I'm not going to worry about that, we're fine, it could take out a few Pokemon before you realize how much of a threat it was. So that's the idea. It gave me a grass type, gave me somebody that I thought could hit hard in that Gmax form. And I have other options to Dynamax as well, obviously, because it is a Dynamax league. Alolan Sandslash and Hail is an obvious choice. Dragapult is always a nice Dynamax. I think Braviary could be a good one. Belly Drum Lanoon. So, I have other Dynamax options, but if I'm running that Hustle on Flapple, him Gmaxing is always a great option. So, again, that's the team. You saw kind of the opinions of my team from some of the other coaches. Not great. I think this team can be very successful. I plan on being very successful with it. Week 1, we go up against Coach Nue, who has his Gmax Lapras and squad coming in. So we're going to get ready for him. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it all, the whole season as a whole, I think is going to be fantastic. Please come back, watch week 1 when I go up against Nue. The battle will be up on Sunday is when I plan on posting all my battles. So every Sunday you can see my previous week's battle. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the team. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Like I said, check out the battles. Check out all the battles in the league. Like I said, it's going to be a very fun season. Check out all the other coaches. Every time I go up against them, I'll make sure to link their channel. But yeah, good luck to everyone. It's going to be fun. I'm going to try to keep up a little bit of trash talking, even though that's not really my strong suit. But yeah, we're going to go in. We're going to go get ourselves a championship here in a couple months, even though no one sees that coming. All right, I'll stop talking. You all have a good day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys.